Hello, my name is Jenna Evans, and this video is to show you how to properly tack up a horse. So the first step is arrival and unloading. In this clip, you'll see my coach arriving with her trailer, where we have 4 horses that are getting used for our Western varsity practice today for Tarleton State University. And there's my personal horse, Zorro. Such a cutie. Here you'll see my friend and teammate Lauren helping unload him from the trailer, where she will finally lead him into the barn we are at and get him ready to be used for practice today. The next step is grooming. Here you'll see me brushing him down nice and good, getting all that dirt and shavings off of him, and really making sure he's nice and clean and ready to be tacked up. You'll see me really focus mainly on his back where the saddle will go, because we don't want any dirt or debris there. Next, you'll see me start picking out his feet to make sure there's no debris in his feet that could cause any potential issues during practice or in the future. We just like to keep them nice and clean so they're comfortable. Next is placing the saddle pad and saddle on the horse. So here you'll see me take his black saddle pad and adjust it on his back before I go over to grab my saddle. You'll see me pick my saddle up, and I will grab that stirrup on the opposite side as well as the cinch and swing it over the seat. This just makes it easier for me to be able to swing that saddle over and place on his back like you will see me do now. That also just helps, he keeps it from slapping him on the side and giving him a little spook. Next, you'll see me grab the saddle pad, and I will create a little tent right by that pommel of the saddle, and that just helps keep pressure off of his withers. Next, I'll do a little go around and make sure the saddle is fitted properly on each side of him and make any adjustments needed. Here in a second, you'll see me undo his cinch and grab his breast collar to get ready to attach it in the next portion. Next is tightening the cinch and connecting his breast collar. Here you will see me take his latigo and loop it through that top ring, and then I'll loop it back through this bottom ring. His latigo is very long, so he does get his latigo looped multiple times, typically around 3 to 4 times, just because it is so long. But as I keep looping it, you will see me constantly checking to make sure how tight that cinch is going on him, because we do want it snug, but not too snug to where it's restricting any breathing or forward movement from his shoulders. So once I like how tight it is, I'll put that through the little hole right there, tighten it one more time, and then take the extra and put it through this loop up here, just to keep it out of the way. I will do the 2-finger roll to check the tightness and make sure that he's okay and comfortable with how tight his cinch is. Next, I will grab his breast collar and undo it so I can be able to hook it to the saddle on this side. I take it through that little D-ring right there, and then I will fasten it back and make sure it goes onto the last hole so it is tight enough on him that it will do its job properly. And there I show you just how loose it is. It doesn't have to be super tight. And then I take that bottom clip and clip it on the first ring on the cinch. This extra step here is a martingale, which he's not too much of a fan today of, but I take it and slide it right over his head, and it sits right in front of his shoulders and attaches to the cinch just at the same area as the breast collar does. And this is just a little extra training tool for him. Next is putting on leg support and boots. Here you will see me putting on splint boots on his 2 front legs. These boots just add a little bit of extra cushion and support for his tendons and ligaments in his lower leg, as well as extra support for a bone spur that he does have in one of his legs as well. And you see, you just want to tighten them just enough to where they're snug and they don't slide around, because you want to be able to keep that extra support and be able to do the job they were meant to do. And finally, you will bridle the horse. So here you will see me taking his fly mask off that he wears while traveling, and that's just to make sure that no debris gets in his face in the trailer while it's moving. But I'm going to go ahead and take it off right here. Next, you will see me actually untie his lead rope from the wall And this we do as a safety precaution in case the horse spooks or likes to sit back. That way they don't freak out at the tension and we can easily get them off if they need. Here I will unclip his halter and put around his neck, and as you see, he got a little antsy and he's trying to follow his friend, but we still have to put his bridle on. So here I'm going to go ahead and set his bridle up to put on him and just unattach that curb chain real quick before I can slide it over his head. But once I get that done, you'll see me grab his attention right there, and then I get the bit straightened out so he can easily take it in his mouth. And he's pretty good at taking it very easily. And once he takes that bit, I will go ahead and slide his brow band over his ears and pull his ears through his headband. Then you can see that his throat latch was a little twisted there, but he doesn't seem to mind it at all. But I'll untwist it and then fasten it to the other side to that very last hole. And then I put the excess of that strap through the keepers so it's not flopping around while we're riding. And then you can see how loose that is kept on him, but it is still tight enough to do what it's meant to do, which is keeping that bridle from accidentally falling off. And finally, I will take that curb chain and I will reattach it and put that also through the last hole. This also just helps keep that bit fastened in his mouth and also help keep that bridle on. And as you can see, he's getting ready to go. He's excited for practice today. And finally, you're ready to ride. In this video, you'll see my teammate and friend Lauren riding him, and she is warming him up for practice today as she is riding him. And you can see that his tack is nice and placed and fastened and not sliding around, and both him and the rider are comfortable. Thank you so much for watching.